Good evening, good morning, and greetings to you, my beloved friends. What a pleasure it is to greet you and to come and share this time with you to talk about what is important to your hearts, to your souls, and indeed in this profound alignment of energy, moon energy, eclipse energy, planets in power energy, souls coming in to great power and wisdom, and indeed your place in this, your part of this. Understand, beloved ones, we've had a little sabbatical from coming together physically, but you've all been very busy anyway, and of course it's been important. It's been important that you've had this time to process, because we have been working on a lot over these last 3 or 4 months, especially when the world is going through these great changes, which many of you knew were coming, but not quite sure about the capacity of what they are and what they mean. And as I've said before, and others are saying, beloved ones, you know that the world will not go back to how it was, and it needs to change. And so there is, in a way, the divine intervention. But as I've also said before, you are becoming the divine intervention. So the divine intervention is working through you individually. So even though things have always at times had the hand of God that has stepped in where needed and necessary, more and more as your light bodies and your light energies and your hearts have opened and you have become more conscious and more aware of the power of who you are and the awakening to the fact that the creator God, goddess, universal energy is not a force outside of you, but is something inside of you, not something that you are worshipping and calling on, but something you are activating and awakening and focusing and directing yourselves individually. And that has meant that you've had to really look at your own fears, your own doubts, your own limitations, and also the responsibility of what that means. Because when you have an outside God that has everything in hand or not, then there is simply a waiting for something to happen, or there is a sitting back. And because humanity in the whole has had quite a long time of apathy, then the time has come for that apathy to transform. And so although you, beloved ones, and many of you and working in the light, have been consciously creating and taking responsibility for your own lives and all of what you think and do and say and how you direct your energy, there are many that have not. And so, of course, this has created a huge imbalance within your world. So now, dear ones, comes the time where you start to see the effects of that. You are starting to see the effects of governments, the effects of education systems, the effects of religious institutions and financial institutions, health institutions, and the effect of their models or their ways of the systems they were brought upon, the thinking that brought them about, and the human consciousness that brought them about. So you were interesting talking at the beginning about your political situations in different countries, and to remember that the people that represent you stand alongside many. So the person that becomes your government is the channel of the vibration of the people and the collective energy. So even though one person may seemingly be doing a wonderful job and another person may be seemingly doing a terrible job, It is really about the confusion, the apathy, the fear, or the conflict that they represent within their country or their areas. And so it is, of course, as I've said before, New Zealand has a vibration or an energy that has been of light. And although there has been wars and conflict on this land, not to the degree of any of these others. There has been a new energy, there has been a freedom here. And so therefore, there have been things that have been able to be done here that other countries haven't done or were afraid to do. For example, putting people's health and well-being first above commerce. And indeed, the payoff of that is also showing, indeed, also the effect of how that affected certain people and businesses and not others. I was contemplating today and looking at different people in your countries and those that have suffered through it, these challenges with their works or their businesses, and things that have not worked out or they haven't been able to sustain themselves because of what has happened. And I was contemplating today about the amount of sadness and grief that you often feel when it seems that something is taken out of your lives for which you have no control. And whether that be your job or your pay or your relationship or certain things that happen. I was reflecting on looking into the energies of how much that costs all of you. And if you were to trust and to understand that even though that momentary experience of loss and fear and challenge of this is being taken away and it's all I've known, or it means this or that, but I know that there is a higher power behind me and working through me that is directing me to something else, then you wouldn't have to hold on as much as you do. You wouldn't have to fight as much as you do. You wouldn't have to get as exhausted and sad as much as you do, because you would feel a sense of freedom. You would feel a sense of freedom that something big and beautiful is coming and that you are in the moment of transition. And because of that, then you allow the flow of that energy to take you and direct you, even though in that moment your mind is trying to figure out how it's going to pay the bills or how it's going to direct this or that or the other. Your soul knows that something special and beautiful is happening. So for all of those of you that are going through struggles and changes, I would say to you, hold on for a moment longer. I assure you that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is already beginning and has already begun. Some of you are sensing that and feeling that, even if you don't quite understand what that may mean. Temporarily delayed means that you are getting a chance to process it and to focus your energy in a new way and in a different way, rather than trying harder, which is what often you do if you feel, well, this isn't working, I haven't got the clients coming in that were there, or my pay has been cut, or the places that I used to go and get these sorts of services are no longer there. If you were to say to yourself, well, I am in a process of an upgrade or an expansion into something bigger and more, then that means that the resources that I had before were a reflection of the energy of where I was before. And now as my energy is building again, then there will be an out-breath. Dear ones, by your spring equinox, you will feel and notice that outward breath, and you will really feel it. Some of you will feel it long before that in August time, as you go into the Inbolc and the first Festival of Light, because that is where the seeds of this energy is going to start to really show itself to you. So take heart in that. Enjoy the quiet moments. Enjoy the stillness. Take time to breathe in. Take time to rest. Take time to do nothing, to be still, because you are all going to be very busy, every single one of you, in a different way than you've ever known before. And you will find that you are being led, some of you away from what you have felt you needed to do and where you needed to be, towards something else. Some of these opportunities seem to come out of nowhere, and they will be quite different to what you have imagined. This is all profoundly orchestrated by the work that you've all been doing individually. For those of you that have found that you're still in a lot of conflict and stress in the workplace or with the people that you're with, I would ask you to stop and to stand back and to say to yourself, I have developed a new consciousness. I'm in the process of developing and implementing that. I can't unknow what I know. So it means that I have to direct my leadership skills in a new way. I have to direct my team in a new way. I have to direct myself in a new way. So even though there are certain things that worked, there are a lot of things that will not work in this new energy. But there are things that didn't work before that were bigger and more beautiful and more extreme that are going to work. And those are going to be the great inspirations and ideas that begin to come to you. So it is exciting, beloved ones, for you to realize that and to acknowledge that, yes, there may be things that you revisit, but it's important to notice the part of you that says, oh no, not this again, and the sinking feeling or the resistance of what you're going to have to go through, because you won't. You won't have to do it. It is a new way of doing things. Just one moment, dear friends. There seems to have been something wrong with the plug. I have fixed it. That was good timing. All right. So anyway, it's time for us all to go on a journey and to align with this energy and to experience this energy and to connect with this energy, and for you to meet the Lord of Karma. There is an overriding Lord of Karma, but there are many assistants that work with them, and you will probably experience this as a very strong authoritative energy. And of course, this strong authoritative energy is going to be the part of you that takes action on the gentle, intuitive, subtle, divine energy that is whispering in your ears, and that has been whispering in your ears recently. So, beloved friends, I'm very humbled and I'm very joyful to be the guide to take you to meet with these auspicious and powerful beings of energy and light in this capacity that we do this night. Indeed. All right. So, when you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes if you're not already, and to take a breath. Breathing in, receiving life. Breathing out and giving to life. The inward and the outward breath. You take a moment to breathe in to the calm and peaceful space within the heart. Nowhere to go and nothing to do, just to be in the powerful, beautiful moments of the present, the gift of the now. And how would it be, beloved ones, to erase all the past, present and future, and just be in the breath for this second that you breathe, to just be in the oneness of that breath in, that breath out, the calm, the flow of that breath, which represents the ebbing and the flowing of the tide, the ebbing and the flowing of the moon and the sun, the ebbing and the flowing of life. We take a moment just to reflect on your journey so far and what is going on in your life at the moment. The challenges, the joys, the visions, the dreams. To just take a moment to be in your own energy, to think about how you've been feeling, what you've been noticing, how your body feels, how your mind has been. Now in your mind's eye, visualize the old door, the old wooden door, the door between the inner and the outer world. When you're ready, we're going to open the door. And as we open the door, you find yourself standing on the top of a desert sand dune. It is a balmy night. It is warm, and the stars are very strong and bright. You take a moment to cast your eyes across the sky, noticing every light that seems to gleam and shimmer towards you. And as you would notice it, it responds to you. We take a moment to just notice now the journey of the soul. You reflected for a moment on the journey of your life. And now we take a moment to acknowledge and to feel the soul, the heartbeat, the wisdom, the intuition, the peace, the challenges the soul has encountered, some of the great lessons it has learned. The moment of awakening from the apathy and the sleep of the human experience, and awakening to the soul's and the divine experience of the human experience, and recognizing the growing pains of that. What you may have sacrificed because of it. Relationships, work, finances, traveling, family, movement, disapproval, persecution, endings, loss, the pain of the dark night of the soul, the moment when you felt even your God had deserted you. Some of you have experienced this many times. And you take a moment just to acknowledge all of that journey, that huge journey. And as you look up at the stars, you remember that you came from the stars. That deep in your DNA, deep in your soul, you are dust of the stars, dust of the light, dust of the Creator. And as you acknowledge that, you begin to feel and notice, almost like the dust of the starlight beginning to trickle down in a beam of light above your head. And you spend a moment just allowing the dust of this light to fall on you, as if each and every one of the stars has gathered up a little particle of you and of them, in acknowledgement of the great journey that you have taken. And just a moment of feeling the light and the profound and sacred of how big you are, how far and wide you are, and how you exist in these different realms, some of which you have no recollection or memory. But as these little stardusts of light fall upon you and absorb into your energy field, it is almost like each one brings a little message, a little moment of acknowledgement. So we allow for a moment the energy field to feel itself boosted and uplifted. And then we focus on the heart. And within the heart, there is a beautiful lotus flower of light. So in your heart, you become aware of a lotus flower of light. Some of you may see this as gold, some of you white, some of you silver, pink maybe. But it is this fluorescent lotus flower in your heart. And as you go from observing it to becoming it, it starts to lift up. So your light body is standing here in the desert, receiving energy from all of these stars. And the lotus in your heart is now being called, and it is lifting up. As it lifts up and begins to move higher and higher, it becomes lighter and lighter and lighter, until it becomes a white feather, gliding gently upwards. But it is a white feather of light. And we are now going to meet with the Lord of Karma. We move up as this feather of light, nothing to hide, nothing to protect, nothing to defend. Vulnerable, gentle light. We move up through the tunnel of light till you become aware of a black hole. But rather than being afraid, you feel yourself gently moving through this hole, as though you're going through a vortex of time, a time capsule, and you're coming out through the universe into another universe. And this universe is even more beautiful than the last. The stars are brighter, the planets are brighter, the colors are brighter. And then you are aware of a beautiful indigo blue planet, which is fluorescent in light. And you feel yourself merging through into the planet. And again, as you go through another portal of energy, then it begins to take form. As a new form of your light body has been activated, and there is a strength and a power that you feel as you begin to take on this form. this humanoid form of energy, and you are standing at the bottom of the steps, and they look like a lapis lazuli is the nearest to what you know of crystal. So there is flecks of gold, flecks of blue, flecks of white, majestic steps. And this is the way to go. And as you take the third step, you notice you are joined from the left side and from the right side by these very, very tall beings. Although they are androgynous, they have more of a masculine energy feel, as they are strong, powerful. And as you walk up the stairs with them, you notice you are wearing a beautiful cape which goes up across your neck to your ears, and it drapes to the ground. As we reach the top of the stairs, a great radiant light opens the door, the enormous door, and again you are stepping through into a large hall with temples and pillars. And although it may look similar to something you've seen, it is not. It has a feel of the halls of Amente. It has a feel of the Ashkak records. It has a feel of some of the temples you may have explored in the past. So there is a slight memory of this place, but it is different to everything you've experienced before. This great radiant light is so bright that even with your third eyes and your energy bodies, you're unable to focus and see very much ahead of you. You have to go very slowly, because each step, as you tread on the ground, the crystal earth ground that you're standing on, then your feet, your energy feet, are activating and drawing up an energy through the base of your humanoid energy fields and aligning up through the heart, the third eye, and the crown. So you must go slowly as to not give yourselves a headache. Slowly we go. Each step aligning a little more. Until we reach the end. And you begin to feel the alignment of your third eye and your chakras and your energy body, so that you feel now that you have aligned, that your energy body has come back together in this new form. And as you look, you see these enormous, what looks like velvet curtains that reach up as far as you can see, like an enormous cathedral. And these two are indigo blue, but they have gold around them. The two beings, one each side, opens the curtain, and before you stands the Lord of Karma. Penetrating eyes, powerful being of light. Take a moment, beloved ones. This is an auspicious moment for everything that has ever happened to you as a soul on the journey has been agreed, orchestrated, arranged, confirmed, and contracted with the Lord of Karma. Every person that you've met, every experience you've had, the big lessons you've learned, the painful lessons you've learned, the wonderful experiences and gifts you've received have all come from the Lord of Karma. So just take a moment to acknowledge that, the energy of what you feel, and notice how open and aligned you are. Notice resistance. Notice connection or disconnection. It is like going to meet your most beautiful teacher. At times they've tested you. At times you may have projected at them or not wanted to see them or hid away, doubted even then what they've taught you, what they've shown you. And all of that is now present. Some of you have been aware of the goddess Mat of Egypt, who has weighed your heart on the scales. And she is a disciple of the Lord of Karma. She is the goddess, one of them. In different cultures, in different countries, in different times, there have been different avatars, gods and goddesses that have come. So now, dear ones, the Lord of Karma opens his arms, I'm going to say his arms to you. As you look at his light body, his energy body becomes like a prism of crystals, like you are looking into moments of time. The arms become like wings of light, just like when you look into a crystal and you see images and rainbows. You're seeing images of planets, of stars, of dinosaurs, of ancient civilizations, of times when you've been and gone on this planet. Cultures you've been born into, countries, genders and colors of your skin and of your bodies. Moments of leadership, moments of great power and wisdom, moments of fear and cowardice, moments of conflict and war, moments of peace and love. It is all here. The families that you have incarnated into, not just your human families, but your karmic families, and they do differ. And as you observe and keep breathing through, allow yourself to see and allow yourself to feel. And now everything changes into a mirror of great beauty and light. And you see your life. You see your life as the gift. And you see the flow and the joy, and almost like you are standing at the Red Sea and the sea is parting and a pathway is forging ahead, a new pathway of golden light, where obstacles fall by the wayside. Where you are clear, where you don't have fear, where you don't have doubt, Allow yourself to see, allow yourself to feel. And something Lord of Karma wishes to give you, wishes to show you. Welcome to receive. Trust what you see. Trust what you feel. It's been a long journey, beloved. The karmic journey is coming to an end on a particular cycle of struggle, and chaos, and change. Your area of apprenticeship is now becoming your area of mastery. A new space is created. Something wondrous. This is my gift to you. You cannot decide what that gift will be. For I am the Lord of Karma, and I know what is the greatest gift that I can give to you at this time. The greatest gift of all. And what might that be? What might be the greatest gift of all that you've done? Open your heart, beloved one. Unreal. So the feather in your heart, which is the lotus in your heart, petals begin to sparkle with this new energy. Excuse. And this new energy, it's like a wave of light. And it caresses through the energy field, realigning the human mind, and so it's coming time for you to leave this place, taking with you the gifts, the lords of karma, the laws of karma, the rewards of your good work, but also comes with it the responsibility. The responsibility of your sensitivity to humanity and your beloved earth. Now which you know and implement in your daily life. Thank you for coming to my hall, to my planet. We will continue further in the dream state, in the recalibration of the pathways to the soul's journey going forward in your service, in your beautiful, magnificent, extraordinary life. And take a moment to feel the sacredness and the love and the power and the acknowledgement of this moment. For this is a monumental moment for you as a human being and as a soul, but also as a light worker for humanity and beloved Gaia Earth. Contemplate the greatest gift. The greatest gift a human being could have, and reflect on what the human mind considers that to be, and the divine mind, and the collaboration of oneness, when in there is no separation, no conflict, no doubt, no fear, no resistance. A sense of peace, a sense of purpose, a sense of fulfillment, a sense of inspiration, a sense of joy, a sense of difference, a point of difference. I now leave you to journey back to your planet, to your time and space and reality. My assistants will show you to the door. And there, of course, will be your guide and teacher of this time. For I am also the Lord of time. And I ask you to leave your regrets behind and take with you the gift of the presence, the power and the light of your sacred heart. He Anna in Hun. So, as I meet you to escort you back, we give thanks for our time here in this very powerful and sacred place. Serious place, but also a powerful place, and also a place of great appreciation and acknowledgement. You have made it here, and you have come not to suffer, but to celebrate. As we walk down together the last of the step, and we look down at the carpet of sparkling stars and the beam of light that we slide together down, the moonbeams, the starlight, back down towards the great desert, where your beautiful soul of person that has waited and has been receiving energy, another aspect of your dimensional body, and we greet and come together in great excitement for what we have experienced and sharing. With this comes a great sense of focus, certainty, trust, faith, and knowing that all is well and that there is so much to look forward to. Almost with a skip in our steps, we come through the door. We see ourselves sitting in the physical form, quietly in front of a computer, meditating and listening to my voice. Take a deep breath and again slowly bring yourself back to prevent headaches. Take the breath and the slowness to contract the energy, almost like you are closing a window, slowly contracting the energy and drawing it down through the center, right down into the feet, grounding yourself back into the physical body, taking a moment to orient yourself into the room, taking a deep breath, and slowly when you're ready, you may return and open your eyes. As always, dear friends, a great pleasure to be the guide, to be the guide to your hearts onto these prolific journeys into the hearts, into the universe, into the divine, and the gathering and the expansion and the awareness of the sacred heart that is you, and the joy in discovering and feeling and knowing the peace, the excitement of being who you are, the power and the beauty that comes with it, and the difference that that makes to this beloved world, this beloved earth. Enjoy this evening, my friends, in celebration, collaboration, for we have some meetings to attend together this night, and we have much to discuss this night, individually and collectively. And I can be in many places at once. So I look forward to our time. And I have loved being with you, and I love you, and we love you so very much. May you have a deep and healing and restful and enlightening night. My love to you, my beloved friends. Ininach pahushtai ininachanu. Malischan uchununa shachina shanya.